बॉन्ड को नहीं सुप्रीम कोर्ट को बड़ राय। इलेक्टोरल बॉन्ड असंवैधानिक कहले कोर्ट। निर्वाचन बॉन्ड उपरे रोक लगाइले सुप्रीम कोर्ट। निर्वाचन कमिशन को तथ्य देवाकू एसबीआई को निर्देश। 3 सप्ताह रे रिपोर्ट देवाकू निर्देश दिया जायछि। 2019 रु एपर्यंत समस्त तथ्य देवा पई निर्देश दिया जायछि। वेबसाइट रे समस्त तथ्य देवाकू परामर्श रहिछि। निर्वाचन बॉन्ड योजना आरटीआई रो विरोध रे जाउछि। मिलुतबा चांदा संपर्क रे समस्त जानिबा जरूरी। कलाधन रोकिबा पई इलेक्टोरल बॉन्ड आउ एक रास्ता।
Term effect on our electoral democracy. The Supreme Court has struck down the electoral bond scheme, comprehensively struck it down, and all the provisions that were made to bring it into effect in the Income Tax Act, in the Companies Act, etc., everything has been struck down. They have held that this violates the fundamental right to information of citizens to know about who is contributing this much money to political parties, etc. They have also struck down the amendment made which allowed unlimited political contribution being made by companies to political parties. So, not only the electoral bond scheme, but also the amendment which removed the restrictions on political contributions by companies, which were that you cannot contribute more than 7.5% of your annual profit by way of political contributions. That has also been struck down as violating the level playing field in a democracy. So the petitions filed by us have been comprehensively allowed by the Supreme Court.
So the assertion of the government was
what will happen to those?
So they have also directed the State Bank of India to furnish complete information about who purchased the bonds, who encashed the bonds, and all this information will have to be submitted to the Election Commission, who will have to display it on a public website so that the people come to know who purchased the bonds and who contributed by way of electoral bonds to which political.
So I think to that extent it's something that's significant has happened in terms of the future of our country, because funding should be done in such a way that it does not skew the free and fairness of the election, because free and fair elections is the basic feature of our constitution. Now the question that arises is, the income tax amendment has been set aside, has been quashed. The amendments to the Companies Act have been quashed. The amendment to the Representation of People's Act has been quashed. So you go back to the old law now, right? What's also significant is that the State Bank of India, through which the bonds were sold, has to disclose the details of the bond and in whose name they stand to the Election Commission of India within 3 weeks of the date of this judgment. And within 1 week thereafter, the Election Commission has to display it on their website, which means we'll get to know as to who gave whom to which political party. And this doesn't apply only to the BJP. It will apply to state governments also, where political parties have been funded, whether the Congress was in power or the BJP was in power or other parties were in power, right? So we'll get to know the bonding between those who funded and the politics of the country. And also, you will get to know the quid pro quo, because nobody gives these huge amounts of money without a quid pro quo, right? Nobody would give an electoral bond for 10 lakhs or 15 lakhs. It'll be in crores, right? So if you've funded your political party with 5,000 to 6,000 crores, you can imagine only the rich could have.
एबे आसंतु जानिबा निर्वाचनी बॉन्ड कोन। निर्वाचनी बॉन्ड जरिया रे मिली थाए निर्वाचनी चांदा। विभिन्न राजनीतिक दल को पांठी मिली थाए। एसबीआई रु बॉन्ड किनी निर्वाचनी चांदा दिया जाय थाए। 2018 रु आरंभ होइतला निर्वाचनी बॉन्ड योजना। सर्वनिम्न 1000 टंका रु अधिक बॉन्ड किनी हेउथिला। बॉन्डर परिमाण 10,000, 1 लाख, 10 लाख और 1 कोटी। व्यक्तिगत ग्रुप कॉर्पोरेट संस्था देउथले पांठी। निर्वाचनी बॉन्ड संपर्क रे कोनोसी सूचना दिया जाउ नथिला। ये विषय समस्त तथ्य गोपनीय रखा जाउथिला। बैंक डिपोजिट रो 15 दिन परे दल को जाउथिला पांठी। बुलेटिन नहीं जावा एक छोटिया